just want to keep going with my videos there, and I want to clear up something there regarding the last kind of video I put up there. And I mentioned kind of that a number that I had was compromised. Now I have several numbers, and I have one or two people think that I just didn't trust them and stuff, and I wasn't about trust. Just several people have several numbers, and it's not that I didn't trust anyone. It's just because some people needed different numbers for kind of different methods to be able to contact me privately, and that's it. There was no one kind of, it's not that I didn't trust anyone or anything like this. And if you notice, I stopped asking people to share stuff. A long time ago, I used to ask people on Facebook to share me kind of posts there, say about 2 years ago, and I stopped, but a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and I stopped asking people to share the posts. And if you ask around, you see I stopped asking all of you at the same time. Do you know what I mean? Because I thought to myself like that it wasn't fair that I was putting people in this predicament. Do you know what I mean? And that's why. It's not because I didn't trust anyone in particular or any kind of stuff. And if you ask around, you'll see that I stopped asking all of you at the same time. Do you know what I mean? So it's not because I didn't trust anyone. I just wanted to clear that up. Regarding that kind of post where I mentioned kind of Henry Halligan, and I was talking to someone and they're asking me to kind of how come I didn't really mention it before, and I did actually mention this before. I mentioned on several posts years ago. If you look back through the yoke, just several people know about this, and I mentioned it in several videos. I just didn't mention anyone's names. But if you go back to the very first TikTok video where Ray Halligan approached myself and my wife in the car, I thought that was Henry Halligan. There was a lot of people who would have seen the full video of this. I just took people's names out of it and edited it. And if you look at the video, you'll see that I keep saying to him, why aren't your neighbours talking to you? Why aren't your neighbours talking to you? Because I thought that was Henry Halligan. And what I was referring to there was the issue of what I spoke about in my last couple of videos. This is what I was referring to, why aren't your neighbours talking to you? Because it was his neighbour who came down and he spoke to us and told us kind of what we needed to look out for and kind of pointed us in the right direction, being honest with you. So that's what I was referring to in the video. Do you know what I mean? Because why else would I be saying that in the video? It makes no sense, do you know what I mean? But yeah, that's what I was referring to. And regarding Henry Halligan, and I know there's other issues there now, and I'm going to touch on the subject here, and I know there's somebody watching and they might think I'm going to speak about certain things. I'm not. It's entirely up to yourself what you want to do. But the stuff regarding Henry Halligan is dating back to 1988. Do you know what I mean? 1987, 88. Not sure if you can hear that there now. The car's usually passing every time I try and make a video. This is the shite that goes on. But anyway, but there's been several kind of like, and had that issue been dealt with correctly at the time, instead of being covered up, which it was, do you know what I mean? Which is what his family has a fucking name for and a history of covering up certain situations. Do you know what I mean? How many other situations would that have prevented? Do you know what I mean? There's the old guard stop there now. That's the shit that goes on. I want to bring up, see this whole kind of social stuff, the whole kind of like trying to socially shun me out of my community. Not only is this been spread from the four corners of fucking Ireland, which is, it has been done, and we know the groups that has been involved in doing a Waterford City Council, Sinn Féin, Waterford Freewheelers, and the last couple of months it was really predominantly Waterford's Freewheelers. Now they've been involved in this, right, from 2016, is it, 15, 16? They've been in and out 2017. Do you know what I mean? So why do you choose now to do what was done? Why did you choose over the last couple of weeks? Do you know what I mean? When you think of it, over the last couple of months, say 2 months, why now? You could have done this years ago. You could have done exactly what you done years ago, which was spread it all around Ireland and get people to try and stop listening to what I have to say. Conveniently, a couple of weeks before I was about to start talking about certain issues. So the real reason behind this and the timing of this, do you know what I mean? It doesn't take a genius to work out, do you know what I mean? And they show their favouritism to corrupt members of Waterford Council, Waterford Gardaí, Sinn Féin members, do you know what I mean? You could go on and on with this, being honest with you. Another thing I want to point out there regarding the whole kind of Sinn Féin kind of like, I'm not blaming everyone on Sinn Féin, I've always said that. But I will point out that, look at Sinn Féin over the last couple of months, look how quick they were to try and bully, try and force a fucking narrative down their throat, do you know what I mean? Thinking they were so far ahead of the polls, do you know what I mean? So this is what you're going to be voting in. And it should be acknowledged that David Cunnan's relationship with John Halligan has a lot to play in this, do you know what I mean? Because we know David Cunnan done nothing but talk about John Halligan receiving the most votes in Waterford. You can Google this. He constantly goes on about it, And what he received for supporting John Halligan and co. the network that pushed John Halligan to receive the most votes essentially kind of voted for David Cunnan to receive the most votes. So that was his 30 pieces of silver. Let's be honest about it. Now, do I argue with all these people Do you know what I mean? Because it's taken me further and further from the origins of all this, which is what they want me to do. Dr. Anne Carey out and try more. That's what began all this herself and me kind of crazy ex. And I'm going to like talk about my ex because, like, in my opinion, this woman is absolutely evil. Do you know what I mean? And I know I'm biased because I'm the one on the receiving end of this woman's actions. So I'm just going to like show some stuff in a couple of weeks, and I'll just show you that she's a liar, and I'll prove to you that this woman is a liar. Her and Dr. Anne Carey. And I'll just show proof of these people's actions. It's as simple as that. And what happened there then is the Halligans tried to clean up their old kind of like a reputation by spreading all this shit that was after been spread by Dr. Anne Carey and BX. That's what happened. They tried to jump on the bandwagon. Do you know what I mean? Thinking that they're going to bully like who they want. Because this is the ongoing thing. They have 3 decades of this shit with them, nearly 4 decades. Do you know what I mean? They intervened in fucking all of my kind of personal stuff. This all was to try and clean up the reputation. Do you know what I mean? And then they intervened in my mother's funeral and they put it up online. And then girls approached me about kind of this stuff that they were trying to kind of the truth, basically. They were trying to get the truth out, and it was being suppressed at every kind of corner. And then 1 or 2 chaps also kind of like approached me, and 1 or 2 of the chaps, being honest with you, I actually know because I know from years ago, stuff like that. And I'm not going to say anyone's name or anything like that, but that's how they approached me. And I'm not willing to back down from the Halligans or the Guards or any other fucking group. Do you know what I mean? Who wants to stick their nose into this? Whether it's Waterford Council, whether it's the Halligans, whether it's members of Sinn Féin, etc. The list goes on. These people, they got shown to be fucking corrupt and to be engaging in cronyism and the hypocrisy of all these people. It all got kind of highlighted, basically. And that's basically what happened. And regarding all that kind of sexual stuff that was all spread around by me ex and this Dr. Anne Carey, 2 members of Waterford City Council, thinking that I was staying at my mother's. They left themselves into my mother's house and they got caught searching my mother's bedroom. My mother was actually in the bed watching this, and that was Roisin Lord and Leo Kennedy. They don't even get investigated. This is why they won't investigate. They won't investigate it because it's true. Do you know what I mean? And they got their actions covered by Joe Daniels and his kind of cronyism with certain members of Sinn Féin. So I just wanted to make a quick video and kind of point out some things there. And I'm aware of the whole kind of social stuff being sent all around the 4 fucking corners of Ireland. And basically, look at the timing of this yet again. This is just rehashed over and over again to try and discredit me, to try and destroy my character. And the real pushes, don't listen to them. See all the stuff that they're spreading, like, go to the Guards with it. But it's not really about that. Do you know what I mean? It's about discrediting me and getting people to not view me videos. And because they couldn't shut me up, basically, they couldn't stop me saying what I was saying. So now they're going to stop people from listening to what I have to say. And this is the whole approach of this. And all I ever want to do is kind of have my side of the story out there. And people can make up their own minds. But they don't want you like hearing both sides of the story. So as for that whole kind of children's group thing and the whole Halligan situation there, I will get back to that. Because I'll just let the court case kind of run its course, being honest with you. But I will get back to that. So over the next couple of weeks I'll explain then what my ex was like, being honest with you, and how I was warned from her own friends and from counsellors and like multiple people, and I'll show you her actions, and I'll show you documents that she's lying and she's a proven liar. And as for Dr. Anne Carey, who's a good friend now with me ex, and this is who vouched for me ex to get all this funding and push her kind of hairdressing program around Dublin, which is essentially my tattoo school program, which she stole. But I'll speak about all this. As I said, Dr. Anne Carey, if you go back to my previous video, she had previous interaction with a family member, so she shouldn't have been anywhere near my family. But this woman is so corrupt, it's insane. Do you know what I mean? And Tussle is aware of her corruption. Yeah, so I just wanted to point out some things there. It's not I don't trust anyone. It's just people had different numbers and different methods to contact me. That's all. And yeah, I'll leave it there. And as for those, right, regarding the whole Halligans, they should have been called out years ago. If there's one thing we both agree with, and everyone else agrees with, is it shouldn't be me calling it out. Do you know what I mean? It shouldn't be me. It should be professionals willing to put their fucking neck on the chopping block, but they can't because of the cronyism. You can hear the Guards in a circle again, you know? The shit goes on day in, day out. I'll just leave it there anyway. So, there you go. Stop. Thanks. Bye. This is my wife's TikTok. Obviously, I'm using this to share the video, but the link for my own TikTok is in the comments below this video. And if you could follow or if you could share this kind of video, I'd appreciate it. And it's regarding kind of a lot of corruption, and they're trying to cover up allegations of sexual abuse come back like decades, being honest with you. And you have local cronies that are assisting this, like corrupt Gardays, corrupt council members, corrupt politicians, and I'm only trying to get this information out. So if you can follow or like, I'd appreciate it. Thanks.